Hi, good day to you. My name is Rohan Moore, and I'm the president and CEO of Champion Realtors. We are located at number 3 Coral Drive West, Hager Hall, St. Michael. And Champion Realtors has been established since 2001, with the directors being Cheryl Moore and myself, which is my wife. So we want you to just sit back and enjoy this short interlude of educating you about real estate in this current market. Our topic that I wanted to share with you today is called giving back, and we really want to give back to Barbados and beyond. Just to share with you a little bit in terms of the aspect of real estate, and for those who are real estate enthusiastic, or those who want to look at making real estate a career, one of the things we want to define in real estate is that it's not a job. It moved beyond just being a job. It's really a career. And we've had several, since being in business since 2001, we've had several training over the years. Matter of fact, some have actually moved on to own their own real estate companies. But we want to establish and identify, for those who are coming into the real estate industry, that we want you to recognize it's not so much more of a part-time aspect, but more of a commitment to the greater cause. One of the things that you'll find that real estate is the biggest investment that anyone will consider doing in this lifetime. We have even some financial institutions that offer up to 35 years to repay. And so that is really a long time. When we do our consultation with couples, we found that persons coming to us and discussing the real estate aspect, we tell them it's actually like a marriage, and if they're not married, they could at least get married because their salaries are tied into the same process, and so they really depend on each other during the long haul. And so we've recognized and asked them that, you know what, it's best if you guys get married because this is like a marriage in the whole process of it. So let's get started, jump right in, and we want to first share with you 7 aspects of income in the real estate industry. For those who are currently in the market and who may not know that you can actually derive 7 streams of income from just doing real estate, I want you to sit back and put on your seatbelts because we will educate you in this process. So first we want to start out with one as being sales. And sales can be categorized in 2 categories. One being the rental aspect of it. So they say the residential side of it, or you have the commercial side. So sales can be also as residential or commercial. The second note in terms of actually an income would be the rental aspect, which is commercial or residential. And then we have that short-term rental, which we found that is quite rewarding for those who are visiting the island and want to rent on a short-term basis. That is also another way of actually earning income from that market. We also have the third one. We have is valuations. For those who are qualified, qualified and reputable, that's a key thing, a reputable real estate company, then they can earn in capacity of that property, or should I say property valuation, which again can also be residential and also can be also commercial. And obviously there are banks who are assigning certain real estate companies to value their clients' properties. We also then have, looking at the number 4, in terms of actually that another income, we actually have it as a buyer's consultation. We know at Champion Realtors we've been working with the buyer since 2008. If you ask most realtors who their commission is being paid by, most of them, not all, but most of them will tell you it's coming from the vendor. And we know that the vendor has a promise to pay you, but only if the property is being sold. If the vendor sells the property, then obviously we know what a promise is, and we know that you're not a fool. And so therefore, we at Champion Realtors will seek to educate you and to inform you at the same time, to let you know that there is hope at the end of the tunnel. And so with that buyer's consultation, what we do at Champion Realtors, we make a specific point to roll out that red carpet to that buyer, because we know that without that buyer, nothing happens. So why are we as realtors and real estate agents working more with that buyer? Sometimes the buyer calls us frustrated that he's contacted realtors and they have not even paid him any mind. But we recognize and we know that that buyer is very important. And especially the ones who have already been qualified, the cash buyers. And so we know for a fact that they need our attention, and we seek to give them that full attention. And so we also work with that buyer from start to finish. How do we do that? As a simple start with one telephone call, what we do is they call a preliminary interview, where we talk to them on the phone first, and then having identified what their true needs and wants are, then we will then set up an appointment to meet with them only after, especially if they're having to get a mortgage, that they seek the financial institution of their choice first, and then when they go in and sit and meet with that loans officer, and then they get that certificate called a mortgage certificate in hand, then we will set up an appointment to meet with them, and then we go through the full process of the real estate with them. And so that is how we work with that prospective buyer to actually enter into the transaction of buying real estate. Then the fifth we have is they call it the buyer's listing agreement. That is the formalized contract between the buyer and the realtor, which is Champion Realtors, which they're promised then in terms of actually finding a property for them, and then they will pay us a commission. And so with that aspect in mind, we will work with them closely to find them the true real estate property of their true desire. Then also we have, with that buyer's listing, we have then also the property management. And we know our property management is done in two folds. We have homeowners who are actually local, and we have homeowners who own properties that live abroad. So we work closely with the local homeowners and also the international homeowners also. And so again, that property management, we charge a percentage to actually conduct looking after the property in the absence of the owners who are actually not on island, or who is on island but choose not to be in the participant with the tenant and allow us to do the full interaction with that tenant. And then we have number 7, which is the last but not least, is the one where we get the rental listing residual from that, where initially the realtor who has to meet with the homeowner or landlord in their initial transaction, when the realtor clearly defines that after 1 year of rental, that when that property is up for renew and the tenant has expressed an interest of renewing it for another year, then a commission is paid to the realtor, having that property successfully renewed after that year. What we want to engage realtors who are currently running their establishment is to look at how that can be applied in the industry. We call it working smart and not working hard. You work hard initially to establish that formalized contract, but then once you've done that, what we recognize that having done that formalized contract, after a year, it pays off. Dividends, it pays off. And so, especially in these economical times when a person who has to seek to find a place, once upon a time that person would look at 3 properties and decide, yes, I'll take one. Now, in this economical strain, that person has to look at 10 properties, so not so much 10 properties with you as the realtor, but 10 properties with yourself and other persons, even including the same landlord, and then they make a decision, and when that decision is not in your favor, then you're out of pocket. So this is where the trained realtor who uses now innovation techniques to stay in the business. The whole concept and aspect is to stay in the business, stay committed to the people at hand. And so therefore, with using these 7 different streams of income, we guarantee that you will maintain and stabilize your business 110% in the industry. So we want to leave a footnote with you at Champion Realtors. What we seek to do is to put the clients first. The client's needs are always paramount, and we make sure that their needs are satisfied. Matter of fact, a simple story with the bamboo scaffolding and the metal. We know by its extension that the metal scaffold is far superior and stronger than the bamboo scaffold. But what we've recognized that in a turbulence, in a hurricane, that bamboo scaffold was able to sway where the metal scaffold was not prepared to sway, it stood firm, but because of the nature and the turbulence, it collapsed under pressure. And like anything else, like landlords who do not prepare to sway in this turbulence, they're the ones that will be left behind. We want to implore, encourage, continue to stress to landlords that the tenant has a lot of rights, and we have to recognize that it probably has not been changed, but the market benchmark has changed. The landscaping of real estate in Barbados have changed a lot, and so therefore you have to blend, you have to move with the times in order to stay afloat. So landlords who are not prepared to negotiate or renegotiate their prices, then what we've recognized that they're the ones that has the issues with the properties on their hands. We've noticed a selling trend in the industry that a lot of the properties now are being sold under the land tax value. Not saying that your property isn't worth it, but it's just what the buyers are prepared to pay. And they know that they're negotiating in their favor. And so again, landlords who are prepared to be flexible are the ones that are getting the properties moving. And so we encourage those who are seeking to make real estate a career is to find that real estate company that they're prepared to work with, and that be able to teach them the full extent of the real estate industry that is up ahead. And so we want to encourage you best practices in your industry, in your career as you go forward as well. Again, we want to thank you for your time and being able to come before you and share some vital points and information with you. You can contact us at our office, which is located at number 3, Coral Drive West, Haggard Hall in St. Michael, which is close to Goddard's head office. Then you can also email us at info@championrealtors.com. And also you can visit our website, which is www.championrealtors1.com. Or give us a call. Our office numbers are 850-6480, or our landline is 435-9153. And for those who are listening to this broadcast interview overseas, we do have a U.S. number that you can give us a contact call, which is 305-964-9471. And one of the things that we stress with our clients is that to connect the right client at the right time for the right property and the right place. So therefore, we are more than just winners. We are champions. Thanks again, and tune in with us. Until then.